What is the most expensive thing you bought that you never use? Drone. Turns out it's hard to find legal areas to fly it and everyone hates you. A fitness bike. The plan was to watch TV and ride my bike and get fit. Now I just hang clothes on it. A boat. Husband has always wanted a boat. I always said no, you won't use it. Then he got really sick. The doctor thought it was cancer. He started looking at boats again. I didn't want him to die and the last item on his bucket list was unfulfilled because of his bitch wife. So he bought the boat. He did not have cancer. Telescope in a country that's cloudy all the damn time. Heart defibrillator, but I'll be happy if I never have to use it. A high-tech blender that now serves as a fancy paperweight in my kitchen. Health insurance. Fucking insanely expensive. The RV, used it once 12 years ago. A DJI Mini 2 drone. It was fun for the first 5-6 times and after that, it's just been sitting there. Generator. We were out of power for 10 days after the October storm in 2011. Bought the generator as soon as they were back in stock. Thankfully, haven't needed it since. Not necessarily one thing but too many instruments gear. Can never play them all at once obviously. Then I usually just use the same 195 of the time. An upright piano. Have owned it for about 30 years. Haven't really used it since about 2011. 8 cemetery plots. I knew the price was going to double and thought it'd be a good investment. But cemetery plots do not sell like hotcakes. A 1-year subscription to a Harmony for $500. There's a lower double digits pool of women on the platform in my 100-mile radius and none of them are right for me. Power washer. I haven't opened the box yet. I bought it 3 years ago. College degree. A project car. My law degree. I've been making $0 income-based payments for 14 years and the $100,000 cost of my education is now $270,000. But since I don't have to make payments and I will never be in a position to pay it off, they feel like fake numbers to me. Thermomix. Don't know how it works and it serves as a kitchen decoration now. I decided to get back into gaming last year, after 10 years off. Bought a Switch OLED, a 1TB card, and filled that bad boy halfway, with a shitload of games. Never use it, though I do dust and charge it weekly. As I am in my 50s, I'm going to call this my midlife crisis. Paid $1,000 for a domain name, never used it. 3 mountain bikes. One for my partner, which he never uses. One for myself, which ended up being too big and I couldn't return it. A second one for myself that was a much better fit, which I never use. Plus accessories and upgrades for all 3. I probably spent nearly $5,000. Life insurance. I own a high-quality fishing rod and reel, which I've used exactly once last summer. A helicopter. Seriously. I own a set of crystal wine glasses for special occasions that never seem to happen. I acquired a full set of MTG dual lands at one point. Didn't use them for years. They did come in handy when I had an emergency come up and needed money. They had quadrupled in price in the intervening time. Our pool table doesn't get as much usage as I imagined it would 25 years ago. Great place for drying laundry on though, with the cover on of course. Night vision monocular. 700.00. Used it twice. Sits in a drawer with other less expensive electronic impulse buys. Nintendo Switch. In high school I thought I was gonna be a musician and I took out a loan to buy a $2,200 Mesa Boogie guitar amp. I don't regret it because I learned a ton about real life over the next year and a half. Most seniors college freshmen don't have loan payments to deal with. I wrecked a lot about myself with booze, but now that I'm sober one thing I never had to worry about rebuilding was my credit. For every terrible mistake I made, that amp has been a symbol of the one aspect that I was able to keep in order. Ember self-heating coffee mug. $159. I like my coffee hot and its top temp isn't hot enough. It tops out at 62 degrees. I like my coffee about 10 degrees hotter than that. Never use it. Google Pixel Watch. I wore it like a week. Realized it's just a worse version of my Pixel phone, and if I ever needed to actually do anything, I just used my phone. Haven't worn it since. PS5, played the shit out of Gower and have found a reason to turn it on since. Oculus VR. Oculus 2 VR. Seems to be the same with most people I talk to, that you're into it for 2 months, show it to everyone, then stick it in a drawer and never touch it again. Also, I got really bad motion sickness in any of the games you move around in. Which are the most fun games? I bought a vlogging camera for $900 last year and haven't touched it. Skull. Festool Domino. I bought it in the fall but got very sick shortly after and haven't had any shop time since. Gaming computer, my brother made me buy it $3,000 and I only use it to order car parts. A classical guitar. I had started learning some things until I got bored of it out of a sudden. I used it for like 5 months. Bought a racing wheel and shifter for my PS4 and used it for like 6 months. I somehow got a girlfriend and upgraded my bed from a full to a queen and didn't have room for the wheel anymore. I've since moved and haven't used it in the 3 years I've been at my current place since I don't have room. It was $400. That goddamn catamaran. Probably my photography camera. I think I paid close to $1,000 for it. When I got it, I took a picture of the moon. 3 years ago. I know exactly where it's at because it's been in the same damn spot these last 3 years. Lol. I just gave a telescope to an astronomy club member. Fumbling around with that thing was no fun. Instapot. My truck. Shortly after buying it, my job gave me a work truck to drive to and from work. Now my personal truck rarely gets used, which makes me sad. Season tickets, 3-year contract to the Silver Knights games in Vegas. $11,000 over 3 years. Went 3 times total. Just finished my 3rd year finally. Cat Tower. In 2020, I convinced my husband to buy me a sewing machine during lockdowns. It's been in his closet ever since. I've had a Planet Fitness membership since 2017. I've gone 6 times, maybe. A gaming chair, confused face, it looked comfortable and it had a cool design. I sat on it and realized immediately how uncomfortable it was. Aside from the fact it wouldn't fit with my desk anyway, the proper height for me would mean the armrests wouldn't go under the desk.